First up, however, South Carolina Republican Senator Tim Scott and Congressman Trey Gowdy, they are out with a brand new book together on divisiveness in D.C. They say they got the idea for the book after the 2015 church shooting in Charleston, South Carolina. The book is called Unified: How Our Unlikely Friendship Gives Us Hope for a Divided Country. Joining me now, Senator Scott and Congressman Gowdy. So, gentlemen, we're going to get to the book in just a moment. First up, a shooting brought the two of you together, a horrific tragedy in your home state. Are guns tearing us apart?
I think the gun issue, you could argue, is, and I think there's a pretty reasonable way to approach it, is we just don't do it that way. Our approach to debating this is you don't support the Second Amendment and you support mass killings. And certainly there's something in the middle. Yeah. I was a gun prosecutor for almost 2 decades. So what I always say is, how are we doing enforcing the current panoply of gun laws that we have? And the reality is, for 8 years, even under President Obama, gun prosecutions went down. So if you're advocating for a new group of laws to enforce, one of the first questions you're going to get is, how are you doing with the current crop of laws? And yes, if the answer is not good, you have a hard time advocating for new ones.
Sorry, I had to lean into your shot there. They had to grab something from my chair.
That's
it's a live show. It happens. But there are a lot of laws on the books, and there are a vast majority of gun owners in this country are trained, they are self-aware, and they're very cognizant of those laws and of gun safety. I think it's very disingenuous when we have tragedies like this to immediately spew talking points, as we've seen from some of these CEOs, as Deirdre Bolton points out. How do we elevate the conversation?
Well, we have to get to the main. There is a common denominator that we should pay more attention to, and that's the mental health of these shooters. Yeah. The reality of it is that when you take a look at the one factor that seems to be pervasive, mass shooting after mass shooting after mass shooting, there is a mental instability that is a part and parcel to the actual conversation that we're not having. We're running to the weapon of choice when, in fact, whether it's the bombs in Austin, shootings in Charleston, shootings in California, the one thing that we basically see consistently are suicides that follow a lot of these shootings. I'd say that we're missing a key element, and we should spend more time on that common denominator.
And we do, but we also have to be careful not to paint mental illness with a broad brush and not personify objects, because I look at the person who tried to mow down and kill as many people as he could on Halloween in a car on a bike path here in New York City. You know, I look at the Austin bomber, I look at the Parkland shooter, and, you know, we don't know much about the shooting today, but the element is these are people who are able to dehumanize other people, and they are so disconnected from human nature and the common bond that we have. And that, you know, as a parent, that worries me.
I think you said earlier, Kennedy, that you can't legislate against hate, and it's very hard to see into the soul and see how dark that soul really is. Without being able to do those two things, you have to look for things that unify our country and find a rallying point. I think the common denominator is a very important part of the equation. I also think the conversation that we need to have as a country continues to unfold. Listen, less than a month ago, we passed an expansion of the background check system in the last legislative vehicle that passed through Congress. The reality of it is we continue to address the issue, but we're not addressing the fine points within the issue because it's not popular yet.
And also being disingenuous about it, saying things like, we don't have any background checks. That's simply not true. What is true is I think people want us to come together. I think people want commonality. I think when people see the president sitting down with Chuck Schumer and Nancy Pelosi, they're curious about it, but they want something positive and constructive to come from that.